eternal. Raise the standard of good. Praise the Father of all good. Our glorious true ideal. Build a whole new world of peace. We will build it now. We will build it now.
On the top, first verse.
On the earth I came to light. In the world God prepared. A rejoicing land of freedom. I have chosen to build, to reveal the truth of God, His purpose and His will. Sacrifice yourself and live, all for His desire, all for His design. All heaven sings a mighty song, inspiration divine. For a new Eden begins now. Spread the message to all. Sacrifice yourself to build our Lord's new world of life. Seek the land of freedom now. All for His desire, all for His design. We seek the new eternal base. Blessed family of God, long awaited by the Father, God of goodness above. Now proclaim the great new truth of kindness and goodwill. Pioneer new heaven and earth, all for His desire, all for His design. We sin a day of bright new light. Stand upholding the right, in the pure new life eternal. Raise the standard of good. Praise the Father of all good. Our glorious true ideal. Build a whole new world of peace. We will build it now. We will build it now. Within a day of bright new light, stand upholding the right, in the pure new life eternal. Raise the standard of good. Praise the Father of all good. Our glorious true ideal. Build a whole new world of peace. We will build it now. We will build it now.
Let's greet our Father. Welcome, Father. Please be seated.
네. 450년. 이제는 내가 돌아갈 시간이 되었다고. 그래서 잠깐 만나보고 이제 준비해가지고 들어가야 되겠다고.
It's a time that Father has to return, and Father thought we'll share a few minutes together.
그 좋은 거라고.
And that's supposed to be good.
여러분 통일교회 교인, 통일교회 교인이기 때문에 통일교회 역사를 알아야 됩니다.
We all are the members of the Unification Church. Therefore, we ought to know the history of the Unification Church.
자, 그럼 통일교회라는 그 교회의 역사를 왜 알아야 되느냐?
And why is it so necessary that we know the history of Unification Church?
통일교회 목적을 찾아가려면 그 목적을 겨냥하게 돼. 지금부터 겨냥하는 것이 아니라 출발 당시서부터 직선으로서 겨냥했던 그 길이 때문에 목적을 찾아가려면 역사를 몰라가지고 안 된다.
It is indeed necessary, inevitably so, because from the start you have a goal, and the history is the path to the goal. Therefore, if we not intermediate, but from the very beginning, we ought to know where we are heading.
거기서 만들어서 스타트를 들어가려면 이 스타트는 이것을 직선을 가기 때문에 그 목적을 가요. 통일교가 이렇게 나왔으면 이 출발 여기서부터 표정한 것은 이것을 표정했지 여기를 표정하지 않습니다.
Like we see it here in the picture. This is where we start, and this is where we join. and we hope to go, and actually we go direct line because that's a shortcut, the shortest distance. And our goal is here, and our goal is not here or anywhere else except it is here.
그럼 여러분들이 내가 지금 정상적인 살이 섰다는 것은 이것을 알고 출발점을 알고 이것을 직선상을 중심 삼고 비교해 볼 때 이거 정상적이라는 결론이 나옵니다.
Always to reconfirm myself, am I on the right path now? Am I on the right track? Then inevitably we have to see where I started and where I'm heading. And if I am on this straight line, perhaps I'm okay. Unless I'm very
목적을
astray.
쏜다 하면은 만약에 여기와 총을 여기 와서 이 점에 와서 내가 쏜다 하면 여기서 보면 이 직선이 여길 수 없다는 게 이 연장선이 된다.
If I happen to be here and try to look for the aim, look for the goal, inevitably we have to see straight. We can't see sideways. So the way the goal I'm aiming would be here.
그러면 안만 여기서 많이 쏘고 안만 바로 갔다가 그러니까 이렇게 될 때 다시 원점으로 들어가지고 쏘는 길밖에 없다.
So what we can do at this juncture, at this occasion, is that we go back. Inevitably, we have to go back to where we started from, and for the first time aim again.
그러면 여기서 여기 길 나가가지고 지금 어디에 있다는 알아가지고 이거 그다음에 얘기 요 직선이 여기를 찾아가서 쏘는다. 그다음에 얘기를 가든가 그래서 이렇게 하든가 여기서 쏘면 정상적으로 연결됐습니다.
So when we find ourselves here to our dismay, what we can do is perhaps go the nearest line, and either this may be that here or here. And then for the first time again, we can aim. We are able to aim.
거기는 의였지.
So we understand that the parable, the analogy.
그렇기 때문에 어떠한 나라가 있어가지고 하나님이 있어가지고 영원한 어떤 절대 주인이 있어가지고 출발을 해가지고 먼 목표를 정했다는 왜냐면 그 목표를 향하는 길은 지그재그가 아니고 스트레이트 라인. 그 틀리는 결론이야.
So God was in the beginning, and God started an aim. And if he had a goal in his mind, certainly he would have taken the straight line also, straight path, not zigzag, not very inefficient way, but then natural, efficient way of straight line.
그래서 하나님은 여기서 말하기를 역사를 확실히 알고 출발점을 확실히 알고 목표를 확실히 알고 가는 그 길은 영원한 전통으로 전수시켜라 하는 그런 하나님도 결론을 내립니다.
So God would say to us, you must know exactly where I started or where we started. God would say, where I started. And you must also know where is our goal and what kind of path I have taken to reach that goal. And if that is the true line, then that should be a tradition of this individual organization, or the tradition of ours. And this tradition must be inherited correctly.
그 트레디션은 어디서 나타나는 거예요? 요 정상, 요 자리에서도 이것이 몇천 년 걸어왔더라도 여기서 출발하면 스타트한 요 목표에 대해서 거리가 100년밖에 안 되면 100년을 중심으로 삼고 총다 여기 나와 이렇게 쏴더라도 비례를 보면 50대 1이지만 여기서 쏘더라도 이건 틀림없이 맞는다.
That tradition, that correct way, has prospered for a long time. But that be a tradition. That tradition is also applicable in the short segment of the course. Let's say only 100 years. Even though it had started from here and ended here, the same pattern persists in this shorter duration of 100 years. Even though it's 100 years, it's the same as one has started from here and ended here. Therefore, if I start here, we can get here likewise.
지구상에서 오랜 전통을 지니고 그래도 역사 시대에 나온 그런 단체 그런 국가가 어디냐 하는 문제를 보게 될 때 이거 종교 역사요 유대교 역사다. 유대 이스라엘 민족이다.
Then we try to be practical and try to find if any the movement or any work of whosoever it is has persisted this long. Indeed, we find only one and one only such an activity is a religious, the move starting from the Jewish religious time. very Old Testament.
그러면
We see that.
그런 종교단체가 있어가 이 종교단체의 목적이 전부 다 일체는 아니야. 잘할 수 있느냐?
Then it was there one religion? No, we see there was several religions. And are they all the same or are they all different? Buddhism, Mohammedanism, Christianism, and the like. Have they followed the same way, same path or different path?
그래가지고 자기 선대로 쓰는 거에 존나 마땅히 야당이 보증할 수 있는 거야.
Indeed, we can see their path has been different. Their aim may not have been complete. Anyway, it has been different. But they like to believe at least, the way they're heading is a correct one, an unmistakable one. But how can 4 different directions can be right at the same time?
자, 이렇게 볼 때, 그러면 이거 지금 저 써는 자리가 정상적인 자리가 아니라는 것을 우리는 개괄적 견해에서 결론을 내요.
So we can generalize that not everyone who is trying to be very religious are on this straight line. In fact, it is more likely that one is here, one is there, one is scattered around, hoping that where they are aiming at is a correct path.
자, 그러면 이 전투, 이러한 총을 쏜다는 이것을 이 목적을 쏠 사람이 누구였더냐?
But then who is this subject? Who is this person or the subject being who started from here and aimed at this end?
누구였더냐? 사람이겠느냐, 신이겠느냐, 딴 동물이겠느냐?
Has it been man or the creator himself or the created?
Created.
God himself or man, in other words?
God.
자, 그렇다. 가시는 가시 쓰는 그 길과 인간이 쓰는 그 길과 다르겠느냐, 같겠느냐.
All right then. If God started from here and ended here, the God-chosen person or the godly person, the person that God loves most, whichever you would express it, would his path very different from that of God? No. Then what God would aim at and what man would aim at be different. Can be the same or can be different. It will be the same.
하나님은 말이야. 하나님은 시공을 초월해 거리 감각이 없다고.
God is beyond time and space. He doesn't have a acute sense of distance nor time. Like mortals, like the people with the limited time.
누가 문제겠느냐? 인간이 문제다.
So it is more like the problem of man to choose correct aim and follow that path than God himself.
자, 그러면 오늘날 종교는 전부 다 목적을 찾아 헤맸지만 목적을 못 찾았다. 전부 다 못 찾았다. 전부가 못 찾았다.
It's very easy to explain by example. All religions, not 1, 2, but all religions searched out for this goal. But no religion has a perfect goal under them.
자, 그렇기 때문에 이리 가서 목적점을 발견하는 길하고 그 다음은 되돌아가서 여기서 출발점을 발견하는 두 길을 가는 길 외에는 인류가 갈 길이 없다 하는 결론이 나왔다.
So likewise, therefore, the religion that keep wandering at this point off the straight line must either return back to original point and start all over again for the correct aim, or he will quickly find and adjust himself standing back on the straight line and continue on.
자, 그런데 하나
It's
문제는
either way, he has a
어떤
choice.
인간세가 여기서 여기 갔다 하더라도 이 과정에 거쳐서 무엇을 만들어 가지고 여기 도달해야 할 책임을 완수하고 갈 수는 없다.
Even though he has a choice and he chose to get on the straight line and follow on to the path, if it is true that even though one starts from the beginning, he has, before he arrives at the end, he has a certain things to perform. That's again the purpose of getting here. while he's getting to that purpose, that goal, one has to perform something, do something while he does that. So if a man jumps in here on the
총알을 쏘게 되면 여기 가서 딱! 템을 뚫려야 텐데 이 총알 여기 왔더라도 와서 저기 섰다. 이격이라기.
this would be like here they aim a gun or and shoot a bullet. A straight line after the trajectory it will hit this target or the goal. But the person who standing here is just like a shooting his gun, but it didn't reach far enough. It just stood right at here and just could not go on to reach to this goal.
그건 쏘나마나 생각입니다.
So the person who was here and then getting back here and trying to shoot would just not make it.
우리가 여기 어디에 있다 할 때 어느 걸 쫓아가면 어디로 찾아가는 것이 우리의 이 목적을 달성하는 길로 가는 것이 이 가능성이냐면 전진을 주장하는 데는 실패요. 후퇴해서 원점 찾아가는 것이 성공 가능성이 있다는 이 모든 결론이.
So we can see that the person who is standing on this line or axis and trying to get back here just will not make it. In other words, for him, the advancement has no meaning. He just will not attain that. Going back to the original point certainly makes sense because he will have a chance of starting all over again and getting to the right target.
역사할 때 지금까지 출사를 한다 뭐 하는 건 전부가 전진 올라가라 전부 이렇게 나오는데 역사할 때 야 뒤로 돌아서 가야 된다 뒤로 돌아 야 내리가서 가야 된다 내리가서 한다 하는 것이 있다면 그것이 역사 문제 해결 전체 선례 뜻을 해결할 수 있는 가능성인 방향으로서 우리는 측정하더라도 논리적인 모순이었다 하는 결론이고.
Actually, it happened in history that many pursued the goal of life in his own way. Actually, they tried, every one of them tried their own best too in their own way. And tried to be successful, tried to attain the goodness, pursue the goal of a life. He has been doing that, but then they had no chance. No one we have heard yet, one has been successful. So, in this sense, in this situation, if someone is trying to teach them, trying to urge them,
some nation, everything.
some religion or some organization, some nation, whatever, whoever that may be, if someone, some entity was trying to persuade or dissuade a person that no, you cannot advance, we all have to go back, everybody's trying to go up, but no, it won't do, just go back. Then that kind of the organization will have a meaning only under this explanation.
그 통일교가 무엇이냐? 한다면 하나님의 목적을 달성하려고 하는 교회인데 그게 무슨 교회냐? 옛날로 돌아가가지고 다시 출발해야겠다고 부르짖는 것이 통일교회다.
So this fits more likely our description of a unification church. What is a unification church? Unification church is a church or an organization, is a religious organization or a church
하나님의 목적을
that
달성하려고
insists, that teaches people in attaining God's goal, trying to teach people that go back, we must go back to the original point and start all over again from here, because from this point alone, we are able to see the goal and the target and to follow this path unmistakably. This is what Unification Church is.
그래서 restoration을 위한 처치가
So we go back here, we start according to the path God has taken and the man has taken. So it is restoration we are urging.
원래서 하나님이 있고 사람이 있었다. 사람은 갈라졌다는 이거 깨졌다니.
So originally there was God and there were men. But these were separated. We know that was a four, and we also know they were
그래서 뭐
separated.
여기서 슈팅을 누구랬다 슈팅을 하라. 싸움을 누구랬다.
They couldn't even try to shoot at here because they already fell from here.
싸버려 맞았다.
They never took an aim at. They never had a chance of taking an aim
그러니까
at the goal.
싸버지 못한 그 타겟을 그렇게 안 맞을 때는 할 수 없다.
So nothing has
그
been done.
낙제 전부 다.
This doesn't exist. So one tried to find this all different way, and there's no way that anyone can arrive to this destination correctly and safely.
그래서 사람이 하나님을 붙들어다가 여기 놓고 다시 사람이 세가지고 자 스타트 점을 다시 세가지고 쏘는 길밖에 없다.
Even though it seems to be a long detour, still it is much better and faster that the man will bring God here on the right kind of starting point and then try all over again, shoot at the tremendous speed, and that will get here, that has a better chance and that has a faster success. Then let's keep wandering around trying
털결은
to find
뭐냐?
blindly.
이 복귀의 원점을 확실하게 하는 거예요. 목적을 확실히 해가지고 쏴서 갈 수 있는 노력을 하는 것이 털결.
Then the Unification Church becomes all of a sudden clear that the Unification Church is where they urge and teach where this very original point of a man's being, the man's going, man's effort here. What this point is, what it is. We all teach them so that we can situate everybody here, and then they will do various things that are necessary to reach to this goal.
그래서
This is what our church is doing.
그럼 이 직선이 이게 뭐예요? 직선이 뭐를 통해서 직선을 그려가는 거냐? 이 문제다. 뭘 갖고 그 직선의 길이라고 할 수 있게끔 여기서부터 틀림없이 전부가 100% 맞아떨어져가지고 연결해 가더라도 그것이 똑바른 결론에 도달할 수 있는 그 길, 그 길이 뭐냐? 그 길이 뭐냐?
Father said it was a straight line. Then what makes the straight line? In other words, here's this segment of things that has to do, that has to be performed, and then the next, the task and the next works, but which makes this? What guarantee them? How can we say safely, yes, I have kept the straight line? In other words, what makes a straight line is a question here.
저 뭐가 나 역사를 지향하는 그 지향선이 본래의 오리지널 슈팅하는 그 본래의 라인이 무엇으로 되느냐?
We can see what was the original straight line composed of. What was it anyway? In other words, history was supposed to move a certain direction.
힘을 가지고 성을 만드는 게 힘을 가지고 성을 만드는 게
One tried to use force, use power to try to shoot at something and expect that to be shot straight line.
그건 맞는 이야기야. 돈 가지고 싹다 해서 맞는 이야기야.
Then maybe we will depend on the power of money to make this line straight. Will it work?
지식 맞아야지. 아유 슈팅 말다 나네.
And also by knowledge, I will shoot that by knowledge and I'm sure that we'll get there straightforward, kind of correct aim. No.
이런 것이 문제라고. 자, 그렇기 때문에 우리 털결은 말할 때 인간들 대해서 오리지널 출발점으로 돌아가 하는 말을 한다는 것은 이것은 역사적인 선이요, 이 세계사적인 선이다 하는 말이 틀림없다 하는 말이야 돼요.
So we can say, if someone urges that we must go back to this original point,
오리지널 포인트.
then that is historical statement, and that is a, how do you say, kind of revolutionary statement compared to what others have been urging.
그래서 true statement.
That's a true only true statement too.
그 틀림없지?
Isn't that true?
거기서
One has to return here and stop.
여기 가지고 오리지널 포인트에서 뭘 할 거야? 슈팅하는 데는 뭐냐면 저 슈팅을 마치자 하는 데는 뭐 갖고 마치느냐? 그래야.
Then all right, let's assume that we are all in this original point here. Then what do? We have to shoot at the goal. Then what do we shoot with? This is our
그
question.
싸는데 여기서 싸는데 이 타겟을 말이야. 타겟을 여기에다 그 세개만한 타겟을 해놨는데 이것을 요만한 그 직선거리에 요만한 타격을 그보다 연장한 자리가 전부 다 맞춰간다. 요만한 타격을 넣고 요 슈팅에 헤드를 맞으면 그것은 여기가 통한다는 거야. 요만한 간판을 넣고 쏴더라도 요 중심 센터는 여기가 통한다는 거야.
Certainly, like Father said, there was many things we have to do in the meantime. That means from here we shoot at the correct target direction. If the target was laid here and we shot bullseye, even though we don't see this point here, the bullet will inevitably come here and hit this target. Even though the target was laid right in here, in this intermediate distance. If one shoot at the bullseye, without his being able to see here, bullet will still reach right at this point too.
네, 여기서
That's what makes a straight line.
이 세계적인 타격을 딱 맞췄을 때 어떻게 됐냐? 이것은 우주 전부를
then,
목적을 생각할 때 전부가 다 이뤘다.
but then by and by, we come close to the final target here, and we see that final target has been hit on a bullseye and penetrated. At this point, this has an enormous value, the cosmic value. This is a value which we would not trade with all the cosmos put together, we will not trade with. It has that kind of a value if we achieve our goal here.
이럴 수 있는 무엇이 있기 때문에 하나님과 인간과의 초용력을 통해서 하나님과 인간과의
Whether we are aware or not, this target exists. That's why God has been frantic at arriving at something. Something we don't always know. Sometimes we see, sometimes we don't, but mostly we don't. But God had this target, whatever that is, clearly in his mind. So was a man. Then what is it?
무엇을 하다가 청을 하다가 뭘 하든 갔어 말이야.
Maybe this is the easiest to understand. Something with a barrel and try to shoot something.
하나님의 총이 필요하다 이게. 총이 필요하다.
In this sense, God needs
총이 뭐냐? 총이 뭐냐?
God needs this kind of a barrel with a stock, namely rifle, so to speak. What is a rifle? I mean, this certainly cannot be a rifle, physical rifle. It can be a certain example, parable, symbol.
그게 총이 뭐야?
What is God's rifle or gun?
총이 말이야, 총이.
What is that? The bullet may be true love, but what is his gun, rifle?
그게 아담 해와야 아담 해와.
That is Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve is this barrel, is this rifle.
여보 절반인 말이야.
With that, God is trying to shoot something.
얘를 보면 다
hit the bullseye.
아담 해하고 절반 쪽에 나면 아담 해하고 딱 해가 붙는 총을 만들어 놨다 이게야. 그게 쏘는 데는 뭐냐면 사랑이라는 탄을 집어넣어야 밭을 당기야 꽝 하고 발사한다 이게.
This half of the rifle is Adam, the other half of this rifle is Eve. So that compares the gun together. Now, in order to shoot the true love, there must be some bullet.
그러면 그것을 쏘는 것은 누굴까? 아담 해야?
Then who would shoot? Without Adam and Eve, who's shooting this?
자 그래 맞추는 목적은 목적은 누 목적이야?
Then whose goal is this? Is this Adam and Eve's goal or is this God's goal?
그 다음엔 전부 다 가스골도 되고 아담도 되고 총판 목적처럼.
Well, at that point we can say it's God's goal and Adam and Eve's goal or the rifle's goal, same Adam and Eve's goal, or the bullet's goal, bullet itself's goal. All three goals are identical and the same.
그러면 불평할 사람이 있어? 아담아 불평할세? 야 멋지다. 총탄. 야 멋지다. 하나님다. 야 멋지다.
Here, all three has a perfect agreement. God will really try to hit this target beautifully. So would the rifle itself. I'm going to shoot this bullet correctly, even though no matter who pulls this trigger, and the bullet himself would say, I am going to hit the target correctly. All three agree to this final target.
I don't know. True? No. I don't know.
Maybe we can get some idea what this target is.
그래. 아담하고
Original point is.
둘이 이 아담하고 남자하고 여자 큰 것이 비진이 같이 드는 것은 이것이 이 남자가 무거울 거라 이렇게 찌그러지 만든다는 얘기야. 젖은 점이 틀어진다. 그렇기 때문에 이것이 같은 무거이가 될 때는 사랑이라는 것이 참 다 사랑의 기운이 폭발할 수 있게끔 달아 넣어야 된다는 것이지.
So in order for the right kind of rifle to be made, many rifles, but all rifle be correct, the right kind of the rifle, the left half and the right half has to be equivalent. One is very heavy and the other is very light. So of course, we cannot expect this rifle to shoot correctly.
자, 그러면 우리가 만약에 이런 관점을 두고 지금 여기 역사에 지금 몇천 년 지내왔더라도 이것이 개인적인 기준이냐 가정적 기준이냐 이게 발전하는 거야. 정적, 민족, 국가, 세계 발전할 것이다.
So starting at this original point and shoot at the bullseye in every different section of the history goal, this may be an individual, this may be a family goal, and this with the racial goal, this is nation goal, and so on to the universe.
그렇기 때문에 인류가 찾아가려면 여러 점에 와서 하나님을 중심 삼고 목적을 맞추도 맞고 여점에 와서 하나님을 중심 삼고 목적을 해도 맞고 여점에 와서 하나님을 중심 삼고 목적을 해도 맞고 여기서 쏴도 목적을 해도 맞는다 그 말이야.
Once we are on that track, we cannot help but hitting the correct target all the time, so long as we stay right on this line. Whether we start from here and try to shoot there, whether we be here and try to shoot there, whether we stand here and shoot here, all will hit the bullseye.
전투기력이 뭐냐? 이런 것, 그 발판을 연결시킬 수 있는 그 기대점을 연결시킬 수 있어서 목적과의 목적을 가깝게 연결해주는 그러한 기대들이 전통이라는 것이다.
Then what is tradition? What is tradition? Tradition is where someone already tried and proves that it works, or it worked rather, past, it worked. So the point which it worked will be preserved and will be duplicated, done it over and over again. This we call tradition. Tradition here. And if we tried and if it worked, if the thing we tried worked here, then we can preserve that as an eternal foundation. That is tradition.
전통하게 되면 말이야, 싹 발자국짜리가 다 있다. 이렇게 있고, 이렇게 써야 되는 데는 다 그림이 그려 있다.
And in each position, not only the directly is constant, but also where the rifle shooter, where his the foot has to be. The footprint the imprint is already there. All you have to do is stand on the right position and the right angle, just like the print of a foot is imprinted here. All you have to do is stand and assume a correct position and shoot at the right direction.
난 전통이 필요 없어. 사람들은 여기 가가지고 자기 멋대로 사는 거. 잘 모른다. 아이고 모른다.
But then most common error we do is we don't pay so much attention. Like we are so careless, we don't pay so much attention to many things. We don't pay so much attention here. Oh, I'm here. Okay, I'm in a generally, right position. Then always man try to do his own way. Not caring so much about that. How difficult it is to have a bullseye. For example, Dr. Durst, if you were standing in this position, he would try his best to ignore whoever shot that at the first time and then hit the bullet. If you hit it, I could hit it too, he would say. And he would not set his right foot on exactly where the predecessor was doing, and then the left foot right where the tradition says, right here. But then he will generally shoot at the direction he believes is correct and hope that he will win the target.
여기서 자유사상을 가진 거하고 전통사상을 가진 거하고 우리가 어디서 설치해야 되겠냐?
We can see two contrasting pictures. One is standing on the traditional thought, and the other is standing on or under the heavy influence of liberal thought. So, among these two pictures, two possible situations, which would you rather choose if you're a careful person? The free position or the free posture or traditional posture?
Wrong.
Right.
자, 그렇기 때문에 나 이제 길을 떠날 텐데 이것을 확실히 해주고 가야 되겠다고.
Traditional one, because Father knows it is so difficult and so delicate that the fraction of an inch will not hit the bullseye. Since Father knows that.
설교 가지고 말하는 것은 어떻게 되냐면 개인을 희생시켜서 가족을 따라가라. 그 말은 뭐냐? 이 자리에 서지 말고 이 자리에 올라가라. 이제 가서 와라. 이 자리에 서지 말고 빨리 이 자리에 가라. 이 자리에 서지 말고 빨리 이 자리에 가라 가르치는 거야. 작은 것을 희생해서 큰 데를 향해서 희생해서 어떻게든 그 전통 기준을 찾아가라 하는 그 길이 통일교회 문 선생이 가르쳐주는 길이다.
So what Father is teaching now, or the path Father is teaching, is the path where don't be content to stand here and try to shoot at. Move to the second stage, right here. If you get here, you have a better chance of shooting here and then getting the bullseye here. So Father is always hasting us to go advance one step ahead, so that we can hit finally at this bullseye here. This is what Father teaches. This is what Father's teaching is.
자, 얻은 것이 쉬우냐? 이것은 점점 가까운 멀리 갈수록 쉬우냐? 가까운 것이 작은 것이 쉬우냐? 가까운 것이 쉬우냐? 그래서 상식적으로 가는
Your common sense will tell. Now, they're starting from the right beginning, and we have to shoot at the right target. Is it easier to shoot at the right target from here or here, from here, as the target is getting close? In which position you have a better chance of hitting the target correctly? The closer, of course. So don't do it here. Don't attempt here while you can do it from here.
아니 이것이 정착점이란 말이야. 연어만큼 와서 이거 있어가지고 저기 저 목적점을 바라볼 수 있는 자리까지 가서는 말이야. 그 가서는 그 전통적 기술 없었던 자리야. 만들이 생산하는 거기만 쓰면 되는 거거든. 맞긴 말이야. 그걸 쓰면 가는 거지. 그러면 이거든 가가 여거든 가가지고는 이거 다 없어도 사정이 보이니까.
By the time you get this close, then you probably don't have to follow all that rigid following the tradition. Here, the target is quite big and quite visible. Then you can use so-called your flexibility, yes. But while you're up here, can you exercise flexibility and still hit the target here 100%? No. This is the point.
세계를 보거라. 세계를 보거라.
So the Unification Church members have been taught, always have world in mind, not the nation, not the family, not anything smaller than the nation, the world.
누구를 따라서?
But following whom? We need a teacher, we need a pathfinder, we need a tradition setter. Following whom are we going to do that? Who is our teacher? Who is our tradition? The pacer?
아담을 중심 사랑을 중심 삼고 세계를 향하라. 세계를 향하는 그 사랑은 그 직선선의 그 언성이 들어가려고 한다.
Father teaches, have world in mind. Let love move you. You love move with love, and come and hit this world. The love has its direction finding the ability. In other words, love will automatically.
그래서 통일교는 축복이라는 게 뭐냐? 목적을 향해 쏠 수 있는 뭐라고 기관총을 만드는 것이다. 통일교에서 사랑이라는 게 뭐냐? 그 탄화를 만드는 것이다. 어때?
So, the blessing. What is blessing? Well, blessing is the kind of a manufacturing of this gun. The left half and right half must come together, and a gun has to be made first.
그래서 그 총을 가지고 그 사랑이라는 중산 하나님 저를 됐습니다. 당기라 하는 그 전통 기준도 하나님 주기 때문에 여기가 당기면 여기 가서 당기라 하면 하나님 제가 당기게 돼.
And then when that rifle, that gun is ready, then as a God, we are all ready. Then as soon as that is ready, God will pull the trigger, and that blood of love will be just ready to be fired.
자, 이렇게 볼 때 통일교회가 내세운 판에 대해서 우리는 이런 관점에 모든 비판적인 입장 혹은 분석적인 입장에서 통일교회 내세운 판이 멋지고 그다음에 이 통일교회가 복지라는 주장이 멋지고 가는 데 있어서의 사는 데 있어서의 쏘는 데 있어서는 매일 어디 가든지 사랑의 총탄을 쏴라. 예?
So we must realize, our value of our life, our being, our marriage, our lifestyle, what we do, everything is so precious here, and we might as well, and magnificent. We have to realize that before we don't lose power. So we do that, and we are always shooting the bullet of love. Bullet of love. It's endless.
쏘는 데는 어디 가서냐? 전부 다 고기야. 뭐라? 전투사로 다 그냥 몇백만 파운드 내 쟁긴 그것을 써라는 거지. 진공 상태에 가서.
Also, when we shoot, we don't shoot where the air is set. We always shoot where the air is like a vacuum. There's no air, so that the small bullet can travel far, and also it has the exploding power, more effectiveness.
네, 전부 다 컨트롤에서 안 넣고 몇천 파운드를 그거 안 들었을 거야. 진공 상태에 있는 거 썼 거야.
So, which atmosphere would we choose to shoot this? Would we choose to shoot this heavy atmosphere where the air is so compressed? And then we try to shoot at something and hope to destroy something? No. Where the air is scanty, almost there is no air, like a vacuum, and a little power, but then most effectiveness.
그러면 이 사랑의 총탄이가 돼. 뭐,
So the bullet of love will pierce through,
쏘자마자 맞는다는 게 시간거리를 초월하죠. 지나타면.
and it will hit every time we shoot. And that marksmanship, Father is teaching
그래서
us.
그것이 우리들이 말하는 통일교에서 여러분들의 제일 싫다고 하는 희생이라는 말이다.
And Father will just reveal that in a plain language, not by symbols or by the parable. That shooting at the bullet and the hit, to expect to hit 100% all the time, is not anything else but what you hate most. You hate most to sacrifice
You don't
yourself.
like.
You don't like at all.
Movie doesn't like.
Nobody likes it.
Doesn't like. Have war. What kind of war is that?
So indemnity and sacrifice. Father says sacrifice and pay indemnity. That means
Sacrifice 있는데 sacrifice는 말이야.
just sacrifice. If you sacrifice, then and every time you sacrifice, it hit bullseye.
자, 그래서 내가 댕벌을 찾아갔는데 내가 찾아가느냐? 내가 쏘는 총탄이 들어맞게도 모르고 안 넘어가는 그런 전제가 없는 총탄을 쏘려간다.
So when Father goes to Danbury, what does the Father go to Danbury for? The Father has a clear mind, clear. To shoot the bullet at. To shoot what kind of bullet? The bullet which, if I fire, there's nothing it doesn't penetrate.
근데 가만 보니까 이제 내가 제 목표는 말이야. 지금까지 내가 이용하는 것은 이제 다 왔기 때문에 내가 목표하는 것은 다른 목표를 쏜다 같아.
Now Father finds himself, the target that he's been shooting, he has shot it all. He has made the score fully. There's no more shooting necessary. Then Father started thinking that, I wish there was the target which has never been set before. No one realizes.
그래서 댄벨이 보니까 난 가면 그 등대문적하다고 왜 등이 되느냐? 너네분의 머리 와서 보다 너무 샷칸으로서 슈팅할 수 있는 베이스멘트가 댄벨이다.
Then the Danbury, 등이 무슨
댄벨이 언덕 위에 있으면 좋겠다, 높은 데 있으면 좋겠다 했단 말이야.
the Danbury,
가는 과목이 말이야.
the Danbury Father feels, oh, I wish the Danbury is situated in the high point of a hill or the mountain.
가보니까 아니가라 댄벨이가 경치도 좋은데 쓱 높은 데에서 거기 가서 내가 지금 뭘 하는 것이냐? 지금까지는 문이니까 문을 쌓고 왔다고 이제는 해를 써야 되겠어. 이 베이스멘트를 찾아가서.
So that's the shooting base. And before Father went to Danbury, Father wished, oh, the Danbury, yes, I'm going there to shoot this bullet of love. I wish it was standing on the high ground. Sure enough, when Father got there, it was on the high ground, on the hill overlooking the vast field there in the Connecticut. Now Father's purpose of shooting, the target was the moon itself. Moon shooting was what Father did. And now that Father shot it, then Father now would like to shoot sun. Shoot at sundown.
그러니까 문을 쏘면 방향이 달다고. 근데 이게 써야 되나 써야 되나?
But it's a different direction from the initial direction. Now that Father hit the initial direction, should Father or shouldn't Father hit at different direction?
달다.
The direction happens to be different.
문이들이 쏘는 장소하고 선생님이 쏘는 장소가 달다 그 말이라고.
In other words, we still keep shooting at moon, but Father now decided to change his target into sun. And where Father aims and where we aim inevitably will be two different.